And finally, after a long waiting period, the time has come. We now welcome you to race number 2 or 4 in the 4 races of Hartlepool. As you take a look at the field of 33 cars that make up the field for today's race, just like it did in race number 1, you notice that Aaron Williams is your pole sitter. He is lining up to the outside of Kyle Sinoski. We also want to remind you we have 2 new drivers in the field for this race. The 4 of what was Molly Nemechek is now the Ford of Richard Earnhardt, and the 43 of what was Michael Nemechek is now the 43 of Kamui Perez, and this is all because of Michael Nemechek closing his YouTube account a while back. Well, the time has come. The safety car has dived down into pit road. They're going to make their way under the Goodyear Bridge, and then the official on top of the starter stand is going to give them the green flag, and it will be go, go, go. And there it is. The green flag is out. We're underway for race number 2. And Aaron Williams is going to try and get a jump start and try to pull himself away from the Roush stable. The Roush stable has been very good here at Bullitt. They were good in race number 1. They expect to be the same in the next 3 races as well. And here comes Kyle Sinoski diving down to the inside right now. And he's going to take the lead away from Aaron Williams. Here's the other Roush member, Eric Burton. He finished 3rd in race 1. He's diving down under Ralph Mason, and he's now going to try and dive down under Aaron Williams. And according to our scorecard, Aaron was shown as being 2nd at the line as we now begin lap 2, but those Roush guys are pulling away. According to our scorecard, we see Pichu London is 10th. And Madison Denhart, she is in the penultimate to final position in the 33-car field. So not how she wanted to start her race. And with Molly Nemechek leaving, as a result, Michael Nemechek closing his YouTube account, that now leaves the field of what was once 3 female drivers to now only 2 female drivers. The other female driver in the field being Monica Carroll. According to her scorecard, she is being scored in the 19th position. And ahead of her is Seth Cole. And behind her is the hometown man, Sean Galligan. Let's take a look at the hometown man. He deserves a little bit of credit. This is his race, and he deserves some praise. Looks like he's being held up by Steve Sinoski and Monica Carroll. Seth Cole to the outside right now of Steve. He's going to drag race him down to the start-finish line. Seth beats Steve, but Steve is going to steal the position. It looks like Monica's going to do the same thing right now. Monica just backed out. Oh, whoa, Sean Galligan. Where did he come from? Looks like that inside line slowed down, and now he's bypassed his teammate. And now the 2 Ganassi guys are going to be drafting with each other to make their way towards the front. He has not lost his nickname Iron Man quite yet. Some might even view him as the Dale Earnhardt of the NASCAR Racing 2003 community because of his aggressive driving style. Sean has been known to do that. So has Seth Cole. And right now, he's driving like Earnhardt as well, or will sooner or later, only because of how he was able to stay with his teammate as of right now, even as we are on lap 5. Right behind him is David Rochester. Rochester not having a good start to his HTFRA series. He's thinking about shutting it down, but we'll find out more when David releases a press conference release if he wants to keep the series alive or not. But still, Roush Racing makes it up 1-2 in the field of 33. There's Kyle and Eric. 3 of the top 4 positions in race number 1 were made up of all the Roush drivers. And unfortunately, did not get the result they wanted like they did in race 1, but all they're hoping for is they sweep the 4 races. Peachville London wins race 1. Now they're hoping that Madison, Kyle, and Eric can all get a win. Which kind of leads me to my next statement, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, or I haven't announced yet, I'm in video productions, and portions of this race was actually featured in my VP film. Notable drivers include Madison, Pichu London, Luke Martin, Monica Carroll, Evan Earnhardt, I believe Monica Carroll, and I also believe Evan Earnhardt as well. And Eric Burton, if I haven't said him yet, but just some notables being featured. Would have included you, Sean, but because you were driving an alcoholic-sponsored car, and I wanted to get the project in as soon as I could, because I've already been sick a few weeks ago, and I actually wanted to keep my hopes alive of only missing a few days of school, and it actually did work out. I had my cross-country race at Amory just yesterday, and got a 2015 on my run, and that's a PR time for me. So I actually clocked in a varsity type time. I came 9th overall in the JV race, 7th overall on the JV team. Therefore, both JV, varsity, girls and boys, and varsity girls and boys swept the whole entire middle border conference race at Amory. So, it's not only been a good day for me, but it's been a good day for the team as well. And we're still feeling that luck of magic that we had as we came in. And right now, Kyle Sinoski, who had bad luck in race number 1, is feeling that same type of magic us Tigers runners had for middle border at Amory. If you want to know where I finished, ladies and gentlemen, go to pttiming.com and look under WIAA or search WIAA and then search up Middle Border Conference, the Amory race, and then you can see where I finished. Again, I came 9th in the JV race, but I still put on a show along with the other kids that were running in both JV and varsity. And I actually have the guts on what it takes to become a varsity runner. As, once again, I did clock in a varsity running time. And I was actually really close to, again, somewhere in the higher 19s, so like 1950 to 1959. And I remember just before I came to the start-finish line, I was actually clocked in at 1950. My final time was 2015, as I said before. But enough of that. Here comes Eric Burton. Right behind Kyle Sinoski right now. Aaron Williams, he's gradually falling back, but also keeping his marks on. And so far, this race has been caution-free, and that's what many of the drivers are hoping for, considering the fact that some of them did not have good runs in race number 1. Aaron Williams was one of them. He made contact with his teammate, David Rochester. Now he's hoping to turn things around. With the Roush stable right now, notice as we look at a scorecard, Pichu London has fallen out of the top 10 right now. Elijah Koufax currently makes up the 10th position, according to our scorecard. Pichu is being scored in the 13th position. There's Callum Wales right behind him. A diverse field of not only Americans but also international flavored drivers make up the field. And it's quite interesting that we have a diverse field of drivers because we want to make this open to stock car fans not only of those that are true Americans, but also true Canadians, true Britishmen, or true Australians, or whatever, because if they have NASCAR as much as I do, then we've got a show for you. We're seeing that right now as we're seeing that inside line sweep under the drivers that are riding the high line, and it's been proven to be a good line to use in some cases, but in other cases, drivers have fallen back, and we just saw Richard Earnhardt pull away from Pichu London, but looks like Pichu is going to try and draft, but now he also has to use his blocking skills as here comes Steve Sanoski, and then the Ganassi guys, racing as if this were the championship race in the Rolex Sports Car Series. Once again, my sincere congratulations goes out to Scott Pruitt and Mema Royhes for holding on strong in the DP class for the 2012 season. We hope we see you guys again in 2013. You're just as strong as you were 3 years ago when you won your first championship in a while, and then last year's championship as well, as you guys do have the guts to put on a good show and be a stronghold team in the Rolex Series. Sean Galligan, meanwhile, he's running 13th, one position out of the top 12. Here's Seth Cole. He's starting to lose the draft from his teammate. But it looks like there might be luck coming, as some drivers are choosing to temporarily ride the high line, which in some cases is good, but in other cases is bad. And here comes Seth. Now finally picking up the draft from Sean's rear bumper. Seth Cole having an amazing run in that Target Dodge so far. He's one of the few notables that run big name sanctioned bodies that have also explored the wonders of the HTFRA and have made it to what it is known to today. So my sincere congratulations goes out to those that not only manage big name, big leagues, but also those that manage small name leagues that don't really get much attention on YouTube and have helped grow the HTFRA to where it is now. And I consider it a lukewarm type series only because it's somewhere in the ranks with the big name series, but also at the same time in the lower class, more of like a Seth Cole or Sean Galligan slowed up. That forced Seth Cole to check up, and he nearly ran into the back of his teammate, and that's also allowed Richard Johnson, to nearly pass Seth. Here's Kamui Perez right now. He's really low on the track, going under David Rochester, and Kamui is taking David Burton as well as Brandon Bain and Michael Skinner right now. And what an amazing race this has been, despite there being no cautions. But unbelievable. Whoa! Brandon Bain touched the left rear fender of David Burton, nearly spitting him out. But David was able to save that. Unbelievable. We're not kidding you when these boys race hard. These boys and girls have proven that they have what it takes to wrangle a typical cup-type car. And we'll be seeing that in the many future leagues and the many future seasons the HTFRA has to offer. Here comes David Burton, trying to pass Kamui Perez down low. And here's Brandon Bain fighting with Michael Skinner. Brandon right now drafting with David. Is Brandon gonna pass? No, he's not. Looks like he backed up a little bit. He's gonna Savas pushed the pass to the final lap. Looks like they're on a strategy, the Penske guys. Speaking of Penske, in the top 10 right now, filling in for the 10th position, that is Johnny Gardner. 2 is his lucky number, but like we stated in the starting lineup for race number 1, he's hoping to change that to number 1 if he can get a win. But it looks like Roush Racing is going to dominate this race like they did in race 1. And they're looking to sweep the 4 races. And the only guy so far, or guys, if they can catch up, Matt Wells, Aaron Williams, as well as Ralph Mason and Randy Carpenter. Looks like they may try to hook on to Eric Burton and complete a pass that would allow them to catch up to Kyle Sinoski and take home the win. But we're approaching the final lap this time by, and it looks like either Kyle or Eric are going to win this race, and looks like Eric is just going to stay in second, finish 1 position higher than he finished in race number 1 as the white flag is finally displayed. All Eric is thinking about right now is, I want to win this race, but I also want to make sure we sweep the 4 races itself. And all he's thinking about right now is just defending second place from Aaron Williams, our pole sitter for this race. And right now, he's trying to dive down low and complete the pass, but it's not going to work. Coming into turn number 4 for the final time and under the Goodyear Bridge, Kyle Sinoski is going to sweep race number 2 here at Bullitt. What an unbelievable finish, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Roush is 2 for 2 at this track. So take a look at the final standings. Take a look at where you finished. Although Roush did not sweep 3 of the top 4 positions like they did in race number 1, they swept the top 2 of 4 positions that complete the 4 Roush entries in this race. So, well done to Roush once again for a strong performance. Pichu swept race number 1, and now Kyle sweeps race number 2. Now all Roush is thinking of is, can Maddie and Eric win either race number 3 or 4, therefore completing the Roush stable of having at least 1 win at this track, and Roush showing a stronghold dominance at this track. I mean, like I said before, we've never really seen that before. Here are some of the other guys we didn't mention and where they finished. Elijah Koufax finished 1 lap down. I do not know why that. He must have made a pit stop, and we did not cover that, so my apologies. Last driver to finish on the lead lap was Max Skinner. The highest finishing female driver was Monica Carroll, and she came in the 26th position. Lowest was Madison Denhart. She came in 31st. And Sean Galligan, the hometown man, finishes ahead of his teammate Seth Cole. They finished 16th and 17th. Not the run those two were expecting, but still a good run nonetheless. And just overall, just a good race. It was a good race. It was caution-free. It was good for some. It was not for others. So we look forward to showing you race number 3 in the future. I'm Bob Fergus signing off. And I'll see you for race number 3. Here come the point standings.